What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm having an amazing day. Today's video we're going to taking a look at the official One UI 3 beta for the Galaxy S10 series. So I have my Galaxy S10 Plus O here from last year, and it's been just quite amazing using this phone. But now I've upgraded to my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which has been even more amazing. But just taking a look at this size comparison, and the fingerprint scanner isn't just that great when compared to the S10. I have made quite the jump. Well, if you are noticing, I'm not uploading that much cause it's just demotivating right now. YouTube is just not the happening place that it was just quite few years, so I'm just taking a break. I only upload when I like, such as like this, the One UI beta, which is based on the Indian firmware. And we'll be just comparing these two cause even though Galaxy S10 is a flagship phone, Samsung isn't treating it as a flagship device cause it lacks many features even though it has pretty good SoC and it runs at 60 Hz. Still, Samsung has removed blur from many of the places throughout the UI. Even though Android 11 has built-in live blur system just like MIO, it has its own physics engine for creating live blur at minimum cost of GPU and battery, but still the battery drain is a lot. Like this update was delayed a month even though it's quite early for this year because of all the Snapdragon 875 release, and even the S21 is a month early, but still we will just taking a look at the home screen right over here. As you can see, the widgets have been upgraded with the newer background. Pretty much same on both. Again, 12 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM, just massive amounts. Again, on the left you have Samsung Daily, which will be replaced with the Samsung Free soon, just not in India yet. But just going through the UI and stuff, as you can see, the UI is pretty plain. I mean, they have actually removed colors from everywhere almost. Even if you could just go to the context, as you can see, it's pretty plain. So just taking a look at the Galaxy S10 right over here, I have enabled gestures, and they have actually removed all the Android 11 related animations. So for example, the wallpaper doesn't zoom in or out just like the One UI 2.5, and this update in general is quite laggy. Like, if you just consider how smooth and fast the One UI 2.5 was, this just doesn't do the justice. So for example, third-party apps like even web-based apps do actually run quite well. For example, Play Store. But just going through the UI, as you can see, this is the brand new quick settings panel. Now again, this does take quite a time to just grow on you, but trust me, it's just much more beautiful than that. But it still lags in bunch of the places. For example, if you're viewing Instagram Reels, if you have a video playing in the background, it will lag a bit. But if you just go through the quick settings toggles, they are pretty much the same from Android 10. Just the icons have been upgraded, and now you don't have silly animations, or you don't have to wait almost like 5 seconds to switch between enhanced processing or medium power saving mode. It has been separated. So again, you have power saving mode right over here, instant switch. Then again you have enhanced processing, which is basically AI preloading but on steroids. AI preloading is enabled by default in these massive gig RAMs, but over here it's just instant. You don't have to wait for it. Again, in terms of features, nothing has been enhanced. Pretty much everything has been same from One UI 2.5. But just going through more stuff, like you can still create categories and everything. Even if you just go to the camera, the UI is just pretty much the same. There is still a bit of a lag when switching to the wide lens, even on the S20. But this specific beta has this bug where if you just switch to the telephoto, there you go, there is that green tint right over there. So that's like a driver bug which would be fixed soon. But even if you go to the video, even if you just go to live focus, there is no more lag which was there into the One UI 2. I can't remember because I haven't used this phone almost for 2 to 3 months. But live focus video wasn't a pleasant feature to use. But again, as you can see, the night mode is still the older one. You do not get the swiping animation right over here. Again, all the AI methods are still from last gen. So going through the apps are just pretty much the same. So just going through the settings, again, as you can see, looks much more cleaner than before. If you just go to connections, there are a lot more features right over here, but sort of simpler features like Android Auto have been shifted to the advanced, so that's really good. But yeah, if you go to Wi-Fi, you can actually find a lot of stuff, sounds and vibrations same. Even if you go to the notifications, you now have brief pop-up settings right over here with the edge lighting style. So edge effects are not completely baked into the display. So going down to the advanced, you have conversations, which is Android 11 feature. You have notification history, so you do not need a good lock app for it. Then you have floating notifications, which are basically bubbles, as you can see. But you can also use smart pop-up view. So again, you can just reply into a miniature app, which is nice. So going back, display pretty much the same stuff. Even if you go to screen mode, it still looks like the older one. Even the navigation bar, gestures are just pretty much same from the Android 10. But again, as you can see, bunch of the UI elements have been updated. Again, you just have your normal edge panels. Edge lighting, as I said, has been moved out to there. So coming back, themes, nothing. Home screen, almost just nothing. Lock screen does have new always on display styles along with the normal lock clock, but it still has normal bugs. Like even on the Note, if you just apply a custom clock, it will switch back to the default one once you reboot and just apply it back. Again, you can just quickly set an image right over here like the Bitmoji and others, which can be also set through the gallery. So you'll just take a look at later on. But you have clock styles, roaming clocks, widgets, normal stuff. Even in the notifications looks much more cleaner than before. You have biometrics and security, in which fingerprint scanner has been just made far more faster than before. Like on the Note and S20, it is quite a improvement, because I do actually have a screen protector right now, which I would be removing soon because it's been getting damaged. But me and my friend do actually have screen protector, and it's just not that great. Again, it did actually unlock quite well right over there, but let's just try compared to the S10. Like tap, there you go. It's just so much faster on the S10. I don't know why. Like they are now basically running the same build of Android and beta, but still the S10 is just far more accurate and better. I don't know what Samsung doing, whether it's the placement or something, but it's quite low to be honest on the S10. So going down advanced features, you have Android Auto right over here along with wireless Samsung DeX. You have Bixby key support, motion and gestures, in which now you can double tap to turn on and off the screen. So on tablet it's quite helpful, or even on the Note, but for small phones like this, yeah, it still counts. I mean, it's pretty quick, but just not to drain battery. I turn it off. You have alert when phone picked up, which wasn't available in all the firmwares. Then you just have updated Bixby routines, screenshots, show contacts when sharing, normal features from Android 10. Battery and device care do actually get updated. Like the green tints over here have been much more darkened, but now you can actually get screen on time for since full charged. Like look at that, it's been almost an hour, it's already at 75% without doing nothing, like no third party apps. You have memory, device protection as before, nothing updated. Now if you go to apps, just like iPhone, now you can set up all your Samsung apps right over here, which is really nice. Just like even I guess Oppo phones have it. Going down, general management, just pretty much nothing, normal Android 11 features. But if you just go to the keyboard is pretty much the same, but the third party support is still not here, like the Bitmoji or even Spotify search, which are available into the newer phones. Like even if you just go here into the settings, I have actually enabled third party apps, but they aren't just provided by default. Software information, you have Android 11 One UI version 3. Again, this is the new Easter egg, which doesn't mean anything because the Samsung SmartThings has been implemented much more differently. So just coming back to the home screen, if you just talk about the UI, yeah, I don't like it a lot. The volume panel is a bit smoother because it lacks blur, but even if you just go to the quick settings panel, it lacks normal Android 11 features. So for example, if I just play any kind of audio, yes, I do get the controls right over here, but Spotify is very glitchy still into the last betas. Even if you just go to YouTube and play something, it doesn't count YouTube as a multiple audio source. In normal Android 11, you can switch between audio sources. Let me just turn on the Wi-Fi. It still takes a second. The scanning interval is hideous. There you go. It doesn't detect YouTube as an audio source. Then again, it just dismisses itself, which again, it doesn't dismiss the app. The app still keeps playing. And if you just want to bring it back, you have to pause and play it again, which is really weird implementation. In stock Android 11, it doesn't work like that. And then again, if you just talk about the volume panel, there is just no blur over here. So for comparison, the Note, there is nice blur behind the volume panel, whereas on the S10 it's nothing. And if you just go to home screen, there is nice little blur onto the quick shortcuts, whereas on the S10, nothing. Now lastly, if you just go to gallery, now you can directly set wallpaper for always on display, lock screen, call background, home screen, which is again a newer feature right over here. But it's static. You can't set it per contact, which is a bit weird. But over here, as you can see, it has this wide blur, which I don't actually like. Like the black one was the most appropriate thing that Samsung can do, but now they have gone the MIO Apple way by providing all white background. Like just look at that. It just looks hideous and there is no purpose to it. Like there are even borders to these images for God knows what reason, but now you can zoom out to complete ears just like an iPhone. Then again, all the remaining features which were in this three dot menu have been shifted to one hand usage, like trash, recents, shared albums, locations right on your thumb. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the first One UI 3 beta for the Galaxy S10 series. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this helpful, please drop a like and subscribe down there for full beta coverage. See you guys in the next one. Peace.